Yeah, first things first, Arun, thanks a lot again for making it here. I'll start with a basic question that I think most cliche question that any person would ask. The first question would be, do you think how important is it to have a good degree in today's market?
Okay, that's an interesting question, and I'll probably start with a story, guys. Are you okay with that Kutti story and all stuff what Vijay generally speak? Are you okay with that? Have you heard about stories a little bit? So I was just because I was a recruiter, technology recruiter. So I generally hire people who are technology, completing their engineering graduates and all stuff. So I was talking to this guy, and he was sounding so passionate about creating websites at that point in time, talking about 14 years before story. And he said that at my free time, so I get hardly my free time because I run my autos for my survival. So he works for 16 to 17 hours in a day out of 24 and puts 3 to 4 hours before. So he sleeps only for 3 hours, right? So 2 to 3 hours he puts himself to learn website development. Any company that you go, they generally have at least a BSc degree, right? That's important. So I convinced my COO at that point in time, I see this guy having a spark. Let's give an opportunity. So I hired him on a contract role. If you understand what contract is, company gives a contract for 3 to 6 months. How you perform, basis your performance, they will make you a permanent employee. Within 3 months, he performed, and he was an auto driver, never had a qualification of an engineering, never had a qualification of BSc. He performed so well that even an engineering graduate couldn't do, from developing a beautiful website from a front-end perspective, right? And just, pass out now in 2024. Can you believe what he would have been? Any guesses? 14 years now. Any guesses? Guess to kar lo, yaar. He's a great developer. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good. Any other guesses? Senior top position. Okay.
Myself, Ashwit. He might be a company owner.
He might be a?
Company owner.
Oh, yeah, it's true. So, yeah, all of you are right, almost. He's in a senior position. He opened up a couple of companies. He's an angel investor, and he's a CEO of a technology company, a 10 standard person. You think he failed almost 2 to 3 times also. But his critical thinking capabilities have performed him so much that he is a CEO in a US-based company managing the people who are Americans. And the person was okay in English. He was not a great communicator. So, getting back to Girish's question is, just tying up, the story that I told. Is an engineering degree important? Maybe yes, maybe not. Maybe not at all, right? But at the same time, the passion, is very important. You need to kind of be grounded in learning from scratch. You shouldn't give up, because he worked for 16 hours, as a driver being an auto driver. And then 3 hours, the time that he had, the passion. Think about it's reverse. If he is working for 16 hours and running 3 hours of auto, he would have been a double the CEO now, right? So that's what. So keep that passion on, keep that critical thinking on, keep that groundness on you, and learn new things ever and ever, again and again. That will make you to grow very fast. That answers your question.
Thank you so much for that answer. Today, 90% of the cases, the way the education system is designed, not here, in the outside market, it's designed to make you settle for less. Yes or no? That's the reason all of you came in here, right? So when he says be extraordinary, you should never feel shy when you're dreaming. Firstly, that's what his intention was. At least dream big. Forget about whether it will happen or not. Today, everyone is shy or afraid to dream at the basic level. Yes, no? So if you just say that I'm going to build a company to anyone, what will your friends say?
They will laugh at you, smile at you, right? Everyone has a strong quality to build on your own, guys. Trust in yourself.
You must have broken a lot of barriers in order to be what you are today. Yes or no? From our initial interactions, I somewhere remember that things were not so good when you were initially there. So at every point in time in your life, let's say you shifted from firstly sustaining and banking for long itself is very challenging according to me. Then maneuvering to the sports. Then whatsoever like Flutter. I think one interesting fact is Flutter's office is just in this building upstairs.
Let them find out.
Upstairs, and this is the before we took this office space, I met Arun here. Okay, right. Building Flutter from scratch, from almost the third employee here in India.
Yes.
So how did you push your limits for during this course of period? I don't know if it's easy for you, but it doesn't seem easy. How did you push yourself?
It's not that easy. Many people ask this question to me. Even my team members were surprised, when I said that I worked in such a large banks and coming to a technology organization to develop sports and gaming, stuff. But one thing is constant. What is that? Anyone? What is constant? What is constant?
No, I think he just repeat the first thing that you told.
Right. Anything else? I'm just trying to learn from everyone. So that I'm learning from you. That's what I said. Yeah. One constant thing in life. You would have heard from Steve Jobs also talking about that once. Hard work. What else? Determination and perseverance. Consistency. Failures. I love that, man. Ask me, I had so many failures in my life. Correct. No, not always. There are people who will be ready to pull you also, but you should be ready to kind of give them, okay, you pull me, thank you. I'm learning from you that you pull me. I'll be careful. What's next? The one constant thing for me is change. Have you heard about this word? It's a most powerful word, right? And for me, the change is constant. So not the organization I changed 20 organizations, that's not constant for me. The shift mindset that I have in learning and not settling down, again I'm repeating this word, not settling down with one aspect of learning made me to change and have the change mindset. So I started my career as a recruiter. So I was in technology recruiter, then I want to do non-technology recruiter in banking, then I want to do sales recruiting, then I want to become an HR business partner. I don't know whether you know these names, but I'm throwing it out easily, which I will explain to you. Then I become learning and development lead, so that could probably speak to you in this kind of a forum, because I wanted to be a public speaker myself. Then I become HR operations, to release offers, to manage payroll. I didn't settle in one specific skill set. So when I speak about skill set, which all of you are like surprised, kya bol raha hai banda? Technology is same. In today's world, do you think mainframe AS4, I don't know whether you heard as a kid, but in our days, mainframe and AS400 is very common that every company hires. Then Java development came on. Then Python came on. It evolved. It evolved. Now we are talking about ChatGPT. Tomorrow we will talk about quantum computers. Later we talk about some cloud computing where across all the cloud there are many systems, data centers getting covered up. What is going on here? Are you able to note what is going on? It's a change. We are changing, adapting. So if you are not having the change mindset, if you are not able to adapt what is coming, what the industry is throwing to you, and make the shift from one to another quick, you will be wiped out easily. So for me, the success is, I can't say it's a success in my life, but whatever I am today is because I never settled down in one aspect of it. I really want to do something different for every role, every skill set, everything that I could learn. And I was a third employee here with Flutter when they wanted to come. This is the new Global Capability Center, GCC. You would have heard some word. That's the GCC that we are giving. We are just
I'll just give a little context of what GCCs are. GCCs are technology centers that are being set up in India. This is the latest trend, right? From last year sorts. And I told you one of the banks hired 100 odd people from us for a salary of 12 LPS odds. Okay, that thing coming up, GCCs hire in huge numbers for their technology centers here. Not only technology, multiple other operations that they have, right? That's the kind of trend. So maybe 3 years down the lane from now, 2 years down the lane from now, the amount of hiring will significantly increase from GCCs, which we wouldn't have heard of names now, right? For example, today you might not have known Flutter yet, but it will be really, really big with the kind of headcount that they're going to plan in India over the next few years.
Most of you have LinkedIn account. What is the issue that you can't connect with the CEO of an organization? Any of you have CEO friends here? Don't say that my dad is a CEO. Huh? No. Any of you have connected with any CEOs in your network? Okay. Any of you have connected with one level down, maybe a CFO, head, directors, VPs? Any of you have one director in your account? And why? That's the question. Because LinkedIn is something that nobody is going to ask you why you're connecting with me. You're just connecting. You're trying to learn from one or other leadership people who are running as a CEO an organization, right? To just understand what the person posts. That learning gives an immense experience for you to prepare yourself for your curriculum. You would know if a Steve Jobs, you would probably follow Steve Jobs, but that's okay. You would probably think about 4 or 5 superstars are there in the industry like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, but there are so many good stars also there. Learn from them, right? So when you go back to your LinkedIn next, please connect with directors, vice presidents, CEOs, connect. Let them accept or not, it's different, but connect. And go to those type CEO, and then figure out what's their profile CV. Try to understand a little from them, maybe 1 CV, 2 CV per day. That's going to give you a good learning. If I am a recruiter in an organization of your dream company, as a common of all recruiters will look for in a candidate, right? We're not going to settle down with your only technical skills, because technical is evolving, right? And you need to evolve. How critically you're thinking, the critical thinking capability is one. I would probably bucketize as one.
I'd stop you there.
Oh, okay.
Critical thinking is something.
Very new to.
How many of you know what critical thinking is?
That's good.
Okay.
Somebody knows. Yes, I love him. I love you, man. That's the right definition, actually. Very good. Let's give him a clap. A problem that you get, to solve in your curriculum or tomorrow, how do you critically think in a different ways to solve the same problem? Is critical thinking capabilities or abilities. This is something that some people will have from birth, because from the schooling you would probably become, like, for example, if somebody gives you a task to complete, right? You will think 4 different ways to get a solution. Even with your mom and dad, when mom is asking you to do bartan saaf karna, for an example, right? You would also try to think about, can I put lemon there? Can I put washing powder? What is that I need to do, right? So that comes from the basic root of it. That's what we will look as a recruiter when I go for a college to hire somebody like you. The critical thinking capability. That is one bucket. Second is communication, right? How I struggle in front of mirror, you shouldn't struggle, please. And I struggled that post my education. Before I went to the interviews, I would have got rejected in many companies because of my communication skills. And I don't want you to do, guys, because in any corporate organization, or probably want to become an entrepreneurship or become a CEO tomorrow, you need to have clients across the world who would probably trust your product, who will probably trust your service. If your communication skills are not up to the mark, difficult.
Hello, sir. So you told that
Arun,
you are.
First thing you need to change is don't call me sir, nobody else. Okay, I understand you are studying in university, but any of the professionals comes, call them with a sir. Well, so call them by name, not sir. Call them by name. That's the first change that you need.
Just I will extend this. In the top institutes of India, in our college, there is no sir culture. If you just call someone sir, they get offended. Forget about giving respect, they get offended. It's abandoned. The word sir is abandoned, and you can call sir as a casual thing with people, like I call sir, darling sir, or but all your professional network should be addressed with their name.
Yes. Absolutely.
So-
I'm not offended, so don't worry.
Okay. So you told that you are the third employee of Flutter.
Yes.
So what made you to trust? Like as if you are third employee, there is nothing before that. So what made you to trust the company and work for that?
Okay.
From scratch.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. That's a good question. See, one thing is I'm good in research, understanding the companies that how they work, what is their model, what's their operating model, will they be, I'm not sure if you're able to understand those words that I'm putting as so large words, huge words. The revenues, the financial sheets, how they are going to look in next 2 years. Like, how you look yourself in the next 4 years to join any organization. I will look an organization how it's going to go for the next 4 years, right? So that's how I do. So I do my research right. Then I am very bold myself. 15 साल पहले नहीं था, बहुत bold नहीं था. But I'm very bold to take nasty decisions in my life, which I am only responsible for, because I have that courage. Build that courage in you, right? Courage is very important. If somebody says that, okay, fine, Arun, can you survive or can you transform a company which was going down in their profit, I would still join them. Because I have a faith in me. I have a courage in me. I could transform. So Flutter is totally because of my research and courage. Did I answer your
Yeah,
question?
okay, sir.
One of the things, very good question. Your name, please? Yeah. He would have had just 30% of work or 20% of work in JPMC if not for Flutter. Now he might be doing 5x, 6x work. He might be setting up processes. JPMC's being such a big bank, they would have processes set up. They would have all things set up. He should just go there, sit, and guide people to do the right way. But if from 3 to 300, you just imagine if there are 3 people in an organization and you have to scale it up to 300, it's very, 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 very hard. At least in a country like India, to ensure that the first 300 set are really, really good, it's very hard. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Girish. No, we pick up the candidates like that, and I'm part of every interview. Sitting up, hiring the right people. Somebody will join in my organization tomorrow if I'm there, not there. But it's too important when you start from scratch. As you rightly said, I would have been in one of the office room, managed some people, would have been settled there easily. I would have got some 6x salaries, right? Or 6-digit salaries. Is that my interest? My interest is to challenge myself. My interest is to start from scratch. Am I capable enough? Yes, I am. But why shouldn't I do it when I'm capable of? Why shouldn't I challenge myself in front of the organization if I'm capable of? Everybody is capable. And you start challenging yourself from right now. Then the failure, what your question asked, you will probably see, failure. And then move on.
So very good perspectives that we got to learn today, right? I feel very warm with this conversation personally. I keep speaking to a lot of people, but I never knew Arun would speak like this. Oh, thanks a lot, Arun. Thanks
Thank
a lot
you so much for inviting.
On behalf of all of us students, like you rightly said, it's a leap of trust that they have taken.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely do wonders, all of us together. Like you said, we'll definitely do wonders. There's no doubt in that. Right. Thanks a lot for having trust in us since the beginning.
Thank you.
And any final words before we leave to the students on? Already you might have.
बहुत ज्ञान दे दिया अभी I love you all is the 1-3 words that I would say from my heart, because you see I think I've lived my life. I have another 10 years, 20 years to live. That's it, right? The efforts that I'm putting to give one seed in your mind is a success that I had in my life. That is the success. That's what I wanted, and you are one of the batch, and I'm trying to kind of coach train many other people. That one seed, sirf ek that you learn from me is the biggest success in my life. You would probably say, "Arey, ek to main seekh liya," but for me, it's a very big thing that I've achieved in the last 20 years of my career. So, see if you could probably learn from some of the things that I told you.